The concept of putting on yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I be trying to teach in my videos because these things are important. The only reason why we have or one of the reasons why we have such a crazy, fucked up world is because people just don't know themselves that well. Think about it. You're in a human body. You have to deal with all these society pressures, and they're not going to teach you about yourself, right? You have these thoughts and feelings that you got to learn how to deal with, these desires, all these different things. And this is why humans even make things such as like mental health awareness and shit like that. When really, like, and look, that's fine if you're into all that stuff, but in the core of everything, you're still accountable for your own spirit. You're still accountable for how you want to view life and how you want to think and feel. So we kind of can't be too much victims because part of life is to grow. And who said that growing was going to be easy? It's a challenge. It takes effort. It's not, and that's hard. And look, we all have to go through these things and go through the uphill battle of life. So even wise big spirits like myself, it ain't easy for us to be in this human body and deal with this crazy ass matrix. Like, but if you do be inclined, and if you do take care of yourself and your spirit and you do what you're supposed to do and you keep learning, you can deal with this life a lot better than those who are just lost in the sauce and don't know themselves that well.
I completely agree with you. I've experienced that myself.
Yeah. It's always, and I'm pretty sure you've had experiences in your life where life itself directly taught you some things and you just learned from that moment on, and you had a choice. You could either learn from that
or stay in the misery.
Yup. Exactly. That's the only choices we really have.
Yeah. Like for example, last year I used to be hanging out with a bunch of drug addicts and all that, and just living in a sulk, pretty much. Like I made this in my most recent video. I came out and said that most of my videos were just me just taking the piss out of myself and degrading myself on cameras and stuff, just expressing my depression instead of dealing with it.
Okay, yeah, right. And so, like, trying to find solutions and whatnot. Okay, I see what you're saying, and that's crazy what you said too about like the people you hung around and shit too. That's another thing. Energy is contagious.
Exactly.
So like when you're around that type of energy, it's real. You will end up becoming like them and whatnot. And I even experience that sometimes when I have to interact with like people that I know that aren't doing anything. Like if like there's certain family members, if I visit them, I'll start to feel a little bit lazy because in the presence of them, they're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I got to look at the clock and be like, oh shit, I've been here for like 2 hours. I got to go do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's dope that you're actually, I'm gonna have to check out more of your videos because I haven't really watched like any of them fully.
Yeah.
I just like skimmed through one of them. But yeah, when I have time, I'm gonna definitely check it out for sure because it's good. Like that's what we need, man. What you're doing, like that's good. Like we need more people to do their own shadow work, and then when they do that, they can express it, and then you expressing your own path is going to automatically help people. Like I'm sure you have people in your audience that's told you, man, this helped me a lot, blah blah blah. I know I've had my fair share too, so that's kind of necessary.
Yeah, in my free time I do photography and stuff, so a lot of people see what I do and obviously seen what I was like, and they tend to always say to me I'm motivating them, and they always see I'm doing good for myself, and they're always checking up on me, seeing what I'm doing, because they always know I'm doing something different every day.
Right. And see that plays into what I was saying earlier about energy being contagious. In this context, though, it's positive. So when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're being an inspiration or an influence and you're just being you like you're supposed to, people are going to pick up on that, and then they're going to get a boost of energy and motivation. And then that's what I do when I watch the people I watch on YouTube. Like they help me. Like I might check out one of your videos and get the same energy. So that's really what it's all about. And I actually like how YouTube and the internet is kind of becoming the new TV. because it's kind of giving more power back to the people, so people can have more options to pay attention to what they want to pay attention to, rather than just the channels and the news that they give us on TV.
Yeah. And that's the main reason why as well I'm doing the Priimecast, because a lot of people as well, they're scared to say what they want to think because what they believe from the news and such.
Yeah. But see, now you can be used as a vessel though to help break them out of that matrix and whatnot. And that's really what the spiritual warfare is, man. It's all just a war for the people's attention and their mind, because you already know, like, we live in a really programmed, indoctrinated world. It's even the people that run the world, they need help, because just them doing things the way they do it, they have issues. Like, they don't have to make it like that, but they do. Yeah.
For example, the president with Alzheimer's.
Yeah, exactly. like that is it. Like, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to bring in like a transgender president or something, or even an AI president or some shit like that. I wouldn't be like, they just doing whatever at the moment right now. They're literally going to war and killing each other over words, like language and literature and linguistics. It's like, it's just, it blows my mind that we even live in a world like that.
I know.
It's like people really forgot, like, it's like common sense sometimes really ain't a thing.
Have you ever seen, I think it was Raw Thoughts 4? I think I put this in one of my podcasts as well. They like showed it on how the left and right, they just fight each other, and obviously they're just using words against each other, and they're just...
Yeah.
In the music video, they showed it with a bunch of girls in bikinis just fighting each other with paint, and then there was someone in the middle just rapping about it all.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I'm glad you brought that up, because that reminds me of, like, that's really what it is. It's just some tribal team against team type shit. Like, that's why I'm left with no choice. Like, okay, y'all must have some sort of egotistical spirit for y'all to even think that your way is the best or better way or whatever. It's like, because where else is that coming from other than insecurity and wanting to be better than somebody else? So that's how I look at it. It's the same with religion. It's the same with politics. It's the same with different philosophies that combat each other, or different scientific theories that combat each other. It's all just, oh, I like team against team. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there's going to be moments in life where, okay, yeah, this perspective it seems more sound, it seems more well-rounded and more enlightened. Of course, that's a thing. But at the end of the fucking day, when it comes to the things I just said, it's still all just words. It's like, for example, in politics, you have people on the left who want certain things to be done a certain way, and then people on the right who want things to be done a certain way. But in reality, we don't have to do things any of those ways. We could just, because in politics, people don't even realize like how much potential we have. In politics, it's just literally capitalism versus communism and socialism and shit like that. So, and that's on a global scale, like, you know, from left and right or whatever, not just the USA. But it's all dumb though, because first of all, the monetary system itself, this currency-based system that we have, we really don't need that no more. It's kind of outdated, because if you think about it, why did we start that system? It came from bargaining and gain of the resources we could trade amongst each other, right? So if that's the case, and we have a world where we are just mass producing all these resources at a rapid rate, and none of these things are going to run out, because if it would have already done so, because we already live in a consumption-based world. So they can't hit us with that excuse of, oh, it's the resources and we might run out. Well, you can't even say that, because we're already in a consumption-based world, right? So whatever excuses they try to make on, oh, we need money and we need currency, most of the time it's just going to be bullshit, because the things they're going to say is things that's already been debunked. That's how the shadow government works. They be throwing out certain things like what you was talking about, just to see how people react. to see if like it could be a possible thing in the future. Like they be
Yeah.
testing with like it's like social experiments and whatnot to see how we react to the bullshit they spew on their news channels and whatever agendas they have. Because remember, at the end of the day, they already own the system. We're already living based upon their money and their system. So if they want to get rid of money, it's not because they because people might think, oh, they're trying to get rid of money to get more power. No, it's not even that. They are the money. The money is their power.
Money wouldn't exist.
More of they just want to change shit up to see how they can keep keeping us in the dark. That's really what it is.
But do you believe in the devil?
Not in the way that humans believe it. To me, the devil or demons, it just represents pretty much our lower animalistic natures. Yeah. So to me, anything that deals with the devil or Lucifer or Satan or demons, negative entities, whatever you want, however you want to look at it, to me, that's just the negative aspects of humans.
Yeah.
So that's why they be saying, oh, he's fighting demons, or oh, this person is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, or like when a religious person is like, oh, the devil been working hard today, it's because they're experiencing things that they don't either they don't agree with it, or they don't like it from a subjective vibrational perspective, or just from a frequency thought disagreement or whatever. So some religious people have told me, along with other spiritual teachers, oh, we're demons, we're devils for speaking like this and trying, when really in reality it's kind of funny because life is in reverse, everything is backwards.
Yeah.
Really, they're the ones being demons because they want to misunderstand their religion for their own egotistical.
Because going on talking about this, what's your views on cognitive? I can't say the word, but you can.
Cognitive dissonance?
Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance. Hey, that's pretty much ties into what we was just talking about.
Yeah, that's why I felt like putting that in here.
The cognitive dissonance, it goes deep, man. That's why in some of my videos I be talking about you really can't fully teach somebody. They have to make the conscious effort to learn. I always bring that up in some of my videos because I don't want spiritual people to stress themselves out because we live in a world like this and nobody's waking up. We shouldn't, because I was like that. I think we were all like that at one point where we were trying to wake up a friend or a family member, but the cognitive dissonance was just completely not letting it happen, them out. Right? Yeah.
Shield right over them.
Yeah, exactly. So we would get frustrated whenever they don't whenever they don't listen, but that's when we got to be more spiritually wise and understand, okay, you can only do so much. You can only wake up whoever you can that's willing to wake up already. And that's it. Just play your part for people who are trying. You know what I'm saying? Like all the subscribers and the people that subscribe to you, just the fact that they hit that subscribe button, that's a sign they're trying. They're trying to learn things. They're trying to get insight from other people. They're trying to see other perspectives. A religious person might see one of our videos, especially mine, and then they would just completely like, oh, this is a demon, and just click off the page. And you know what? They're not trying. They're not trying.
That's why, for example, at the start of this, I asked like what that necklace means, because obviously some people might have some sort of
exactly
ideology with it.
Yeah, some people might think it's something else, especially with like the horns on the top, because the Mercury symbol, the reason why it's made like this is because Mercury deals with our mind, right? So that's like our mind chakra or whatever. So a lot of people get lost in their mind, and when you get lost in your mind, that's how the quote unquote devil can get you.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your Mercury right, if you don't have your mind right, you're gonna be susceptible to all types of what I call frequency demons, which is pretty much like thoughts and ideas that come to your mind and prevent you from expanding your mind to grow. So for example, like I just said, somebody might see one of my videos, and just because I'm not catering to them in the way that they want to be catered to, they're gonna get the thought, oh no, this is a demon.
Yeah.
But notice how it started as a thought though first. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Mercury symbol looks like that, and it's more other things too than that. But yeah, it goes deep.
Yeah.
I'm channeling all the time. I'm technically channeling right now. But what I do is, the reason why I could speak so clear and make so much sense and break shit down so simple is because I'm not getting indoctrinated by other people's mind frames of how they view life. I'm directly connecting to what I see my spirit to be, and then it tells me to express myself in a way where anybody can understand the spiritual stuff. So when I even have a video about channeling. In that video, I talked about how like we all channel by default, and whatever we're channeling is the energies that we're manifesting for ourselves. We could channel, like you said earlier, we could channel depression. We could literally channel the energy of depression from the spirit that energy came from, or the energy, if you don't want to use the word spirit, that energy pre-existed us. So we could channel that though. We could literally embody that depression energy. That's what channeling is.
For example, say you woke up and you stumped your toe, and then for the rest of the day you're like, oh, well, for example, when you stump your toe, you go, oh, stump my toe, today's gonna be a shit day. For the rest of the day, the day's gonna be shit because you just said that to yourself. You channeled it.
Yup.
You manifested it.
Yes, exactly. That's the perfect 3D example right there. And then this is another deep, cool thing about this too. I think actually, yeah, I mentioned this in my channeling video. There's people that channel consciously and they know that's what they're doing, but then there's people who channel subconsciously without even knowing it. And the subconscious part would be you're pretty much getting possessed by that energy. So, for example, you and me, we're probably more aware than the common person when it comes to that stuff, right? So, if I was to get out of my bed and stub my toe, I'm gonna be consciously aware. I'm gonna let it out. I'm gonna let that anger out.
Yeah.
But I'm aware that's what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna let it go longer than like 5 minutes, or sometimes even a minute or whatever.
And then like 2 seconds later, you forget.
Yeah, exactly. So that's me consciously, like being in that energy versus someone. If they let it get to them too much, they're going to get possessed by that energy. And like you said, for the rest of the day, they're going to have a shitty day, and they don't even got to be like that. So that's how you know it's a subconscious thing that they're not even fully aware of that they're doing to themselves.
Yeah.
They're getting possessed by that energy. It's the same with religion too. When people get possessed by other people's viewpoints or whatever, if you don't know how to interpret it right, at least.
Yeah. Seeing as you just, I think you called me a high spirit there, somewhat. How do you view high spirits? Is it just awareness, or?
That's a great question. There's a few different things. It is mostly based on awareness though, but it's the awareness you have. It's also. So it's your frequency, it's your vibration, it's your overall awareness of all those things. And then I also go by like how unique you are too. That's another important thing, because usually the most spiritually advanced people I've met in my life, they were some of the most unique people, for real. Like a breath of fresh air, kind of, from like the common robot or whatever. So I look at those traits. I look at also how how good you are at relating and communicating and being open and stuff like that. Like I could read your aura right now and I could tell you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying, and you know, you actually have a clear energy versus if somebody was right next to you, just like on their phone, kind of looking around, not, you know what I'm saying? Like
most people that come on my podcast.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, which unfortunately I would hate to have to deal with that. But yeah, like that's kind of what it is though. So it's literally like the more spiritually evolved people, they just have better control of their energy, man. And then the more animalistic people, man, the reason why they're so like lost in the world and looking around and shit is because they really don't know how to control their attention.
They've never focused in their life. Well, maybe they have,
Yeah,
but not
exactly.
to an extent.
Yeah, or whatever they're focusing on it so much that they have tunnel vision and they don't want to see anything else.
Well, talking about this, why do you think most spirits are demotivated?
Demotivated?
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of different reasons for that. A lot of it has to do with just people don't want to try. People could be lazy or whatever, to put it in a simple way. But it also has to do with like just the system we have is so draining. So people go to work, they work their 9 to 5, they come home and they're already exhausted and drained from, the shit that they don't even care about doing. So then that plays a part into it too. Not to mention all these different distractions that they let themselves get distracted by. I actually have a video called Thoughts and Feelings Take More Energy Than You Think. So when we pay attention to things, that takes energy. So one of the main reasons why a lot of people are demotivated is because they're paying attention to stuff that's not going to give them a boost of energy. It's not going to motivate them, and they're letting that stuff drain them. And then one of the main reasons why people do that is because they're trying to escape their current reality. This is how people get addicted to overstimulation and stuff like that. So people who don't want to be motivated to change their life or to just be motivated to do something or whatever it is that you could use motivation for, they'd rather not do that. It's much easier to just get distracted because it takes work and effort to, like, it's not enough to just have motivation. You got to let that motivation out, right? So if you have a lot of motivation energy built within you, eventually you're going to want to let it out. It's kind of like a basketball player or a football player getting ready for the big game on Sunday. They're going to build up all this motivational energy, and then when they get on the field, they're going to let that shit out. So people, either they never build up that energy within because they're already too drained by and distracted by other stuff, or if they do build it up, they might waste it on something that is not productive or some other shit.
Mm-hmm. See if anyone right now is watching this and they are, for example, a low frequency spirit, what would you say to them right now to motivate them, if you have anything?
I would say that in this life, every moment is so valuable, man. We're all not going to be here forever. Every moment in time is so precious. So whenever you feel stuck or lost or trapped or demotivated or whatever, or you don't know what to do, take that as a moment to realize, okay, let me just see what I can do at the moment, and then let me try to create a purpose for myself, something that I could work on for the rest of my life that will keep me distracted and keep me busy and motivated. Because especially men really need this. Like all men need some sort of passion or purpose to get
drive them forward.
Life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Women is kind of different, but for men, you especially if you're a single man, you need a passion or purpose to focus on. And then if you stick with it, I promise you, if you actually go all out with it with the right intent, just doing it for yourself and
it'll
just
make you feel a bit purpose, better.
You'll feel so much better. Not only that, you might also get rewarded from spirit or universe or whatever you want to call it, God or whatever. You will see your purpose and path leads you So all the things that probably had you depressed in the first place. For example, I'll give y'all a real example. I'll hang myself on the cross. Um, me being a single man myself, I know that my purpose and my passion and what it's is actually connecting me with the right women, the right spiritual women, the right creative women. So me being on my purpose and my passion, it could help me actually find that. You feel me? So if all men do that, whatever you guys are depressed about, all that shit could be solved if you just follow through with your purpose.
I mean, I as well, I can speak from that from personal experience with my photography. Like when I was doing that, all what I did was I constantly met people who were highly motivated. They always knew what to say to me to motivate me. They always knew how I was feeling. And in that time, I didn't want to take the help, but I ended up in the long run always hearing it, and then ended up, you know what I mean? It got strung into me.
Right, exactly. Eventually, the message gotta get across.
What are demons attracted to? Or like
what do you mean, like, to be more specific? Attracted to like what?
How do people get overwhelmed by their demons?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, like I said earlier, growth takes effort. And if people aren't willing to fight off their demons, their victimization could literally attract more demons. Matter of fact, there's a demon of victimization. Pretty much how more demons get attracted to spirits that have a lot of demons or whatever, it's literally that. It's like what I said earlier about energy is contagious, but on a metaphysical level. Because what happens when usually one bad habit leads to another bad habit, right? So it could literally, that's like a real life 3D example of how demons get attracted to more demons.
Atomic habits.
Example, yeah, like
you get 1% worse or 1% better every day.
Huh? What was that?
Atomic habits. It's a way to think of your habits in a healthy way, and obviously you get 1% worse every day. You get 1% better every day.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Stuff like that. So, and remember, since we're always changing and growing, you're either going to grow in a positive way where you let go of old, outdated habits, or you're going to grow in a negative way where you're just going to accumulate more bad habits. It's kind of like, there's so many real life examples of people who are once a regular person, then they meet somebody, and then that person they meet was a bad influence. Then next thing you know, they're in all these parties with that person, and they're becoming like that, quote unquote, demon. And then they're doing all the drugs they're doing. Next thing you know, it goes from drugs to irresponsibility, and then that leads you to being homeless, and then that leads you to being dirty and not washing your ass. And you see what I'm saying? It's like, and
I've seen that personally. Like, obviously, like I said earlier on the stream last year, I was in drug dens last year. Compared to now,
you experienced it firsthand. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That, like, people, man, if you don't fight off demons, they will literally drag you all the way down to that crackhead level on the street, like talking, like, right. So when you see like crackheads on the street, like talking to the air and just like in their own world. Well, that's a spirit who let the demons overcome them so much, they literally became that.
Well, it's so much more normalized. Like, I know in America, it's like you'll just see like probably every now and then a junkie, like, or I don't know what you call them, but like over in the UK, like anywhere you go, you will see at least 10 to 15 junkies every hour. You know what I mean? And like you go to like Glasgow or that, and like the whole entire streets are just full of just homeless people all the time, and it's just miserable. I don't know how to put it into words.
It's sad. It's sad, but and because like I said earlier, man, like we got to be accountable. Like at the end of the day, you can't even help those people. They don't want help. That's why they ask for money and not food.
And like I've seen many people like offer them like, oh, like there's a hostel, blah blah blah, and they're like, no, I've tried, but we're offering to try for you, and you're not accepting that help.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't really they make excuses. They don't really need no money for a bus ride. They really need money for that crack.
Exactly.
So it's like and look, I don't want to overgeneralize all homeless people because not sometimes shit happens. But the thing is, with spiritually responsible homeless people, they eventually get out of that situation. The people that you see who are on the streets for years, they want that. Like they want to be like that.
Yeah. There's a thing I tend to do when I see homeless people. I tend to not give homeless men money. I tend to give homeless women money. Because usually they're the ones that I believe should...
Like more genuine.
Yeah. Not a man that can just get up and get a job easily. Like, you know what I mean? You can easily go to the shop and be like, can I at least volunteer in here for a couple of weeks and then see how it goes, and then you could pay me. I promise I'm a good guy and blah blah blah.
Right, exactly. Like there's many different ways. There's no excuses. That I'm glad you brought that up, and that's true. Like men, we're more capable to actually survive and whatnot. That's why I said earlier, women they can't really be alone like men because they usually have that extra help, even from the system. Like the courthouses and shit. They'll give a woman, custody of the kid before the man. Yeah. So it's stuff like that. But yeah, it gets sad. Like hopefully, but at the end of the day, like I said, if people go down that downward spiral and that's where they end up, then there's really nothing you could do about it. They want to be there.
Well, to finish up my questions, we've got one more question after that. But to finish up my main questions, what's your views on drug addiction and alcoholism?
I just hit the thing. Well, how I see it is like this: drugs and alcohol and all that. It's cool as long as you do it in moderation and you don't let it like take over your fucking life and shit, and you don't depend on it so much. Ain't really nothing wrong with these things. Technically, everything is a drug. Like people are addicted to watching the news and whatever. Yeah. So, and that don't do nothing for them. There's people who will take a hit of weed or drink some alcohol, but they're the most productive people in the world. So hey, if it works for them, go ahead. But when you but see, those are people who are using the drugs to be productive or whatever. Now, people who are just doing drugs all day long and they're not doing anything else, you're kind of overdoing it and you're kind of trying to use that drug to escape reality. And that to me is not really good. I feel like people should, if you are going to do any of these things, use it in a way where it's more responsible and productive, because you don't want to like live your whole life for a high. That's not really, to me, that's like hellistic. You're always chasing a high. You know what I'm saying? That you're never going to be satisfied pretty much.
Yeah, because when you come off it, you're ended up going to be, what am I going to do now? Because I've been dependent on this high for so long. And now I just feel so miserable, so down. I don't feel myself. But really, you do feel yourself.
Yeah, it's like you handicap yourself, literally. So like when you come back down from that high, you're back to like that weak state of being. And I don't think we should be using any form of crutches, whether it's an actual drug or even a mental crutch, like trying to depend too much on certain thoughts and feelings or whatever.
Yeah. And I think I asked this at the start. I'm not too sure, but what is your like main aim with like your music and your podcast?
Man, that's a great question. Shit, hold up. My main aim is to wake up whoever I'm supposed to wake up. And the music is the same thing. Because I'm trying to make more better, more real music. I don't want to rap about bullshit no more. So that's really my aim, is to wake people up and to show people how to be a respectable spirit, in my opinion. Because there's people that I watch and I look up to, and they inspired me to do what I'm doing right now. So I'm just doing the same thing they're doing. So my mission is to inspire other people to do the same shit. And if there's more people like us in the world, hey, who knows? Maybe we can actually change the world. And as far as that goes, that's really the main mission for me on some spiritual shit. Because people go on YouTube, and some people will even use spirituality just to like get a certain status or fame or money or whatever. And like, all right, that's cool. If you want to do that, go ahead. But to me, that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here on some like real spiritual shit. Like I can't predict the future. I don't know what's going to happen. But if I was to get myself in a position where I have more of a bigger voice and influence over a mass of people, I know how powerful that is. I know how responsible I would have to be with that. So if I was to get to that position, I would literally start traveling around the world and meeting with all the people that connect with me. And I would just start trying to organize a way that we could all like
work together,
evolve and change the world, man. I feel like that's the main thing we got to do. Like right now, this little interaction we have right now, I already know, okay, you're one of the people that I plan to meet in the future, in real life or whatever.
Oh, definitely. I'd be up for
it. Real shit.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to come to the UK, but
yeah, but I'm just saying, if it was, I don't know what's gonna happen though. I'm not saying it's gonna get to that crazy level or anything like that. But if it does, I know that's what I would do, because that's what this world needs. There's a few other people doing that too. My spiritual teacher is trying to do that too. So it's not even about me. It's really not. It's really about everybody coming together and just realizing what we can do together. That's it. It's not even I'm not even gonna be the one to like set up everything and lead everything. Most likely it might not even be me. It's gonna be a group collective effort type thing.
Yeah. I think you should check out my most recent video that I made last night. And it was basically at the end of it, I went on saying about that, like how it's not about the messenger, it's about the message and what the meaning is behind of it. And then yeah,
real shit. I'm gonna have to. What's that video called? I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's a short video, and it's what happened to Prime. It's got a funny thumbnail to it. It says I think it's someone in the comments disagrees with me.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check you out, bro. You seem like a cool, genuine spirit. I already subscribed. I'm a for sure watch your shit and keep up and see what's up, because that's what I like to do on my spare free time anyway. I like to watch other people that I'm connected with and whatnot, just to keep up with, where's everybody at.
See the growth.
Right now. Huh?
See the growth.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just want to see, where everybody's at. Is everybody,
on the same level?
Good fight. Yeah, exactly. Is everybody on the same time? And so yeah, man, this is great. I actually appreciate you hitting me up for this. Real talk.
And I appreciate you as well responding to my random comment as well. So
hell yeah, man. Thank you. And I'm for sure gonna keep up with you. You might see me leave a few comments here and there whenever I watch your stuff.
Yeah, and
I might even share Well, I'm for sure gonna share this, but whatever I see, because I sometimes
Uh,
share other people's videos.
it'll be out on YouTube soon, so share it out on YouTube when it comes out on YouTube, not Rumble, because it'll be
Right.
edited on YouTube and stuff. So
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm gonna share it on YouTube, and then whatever else I see from you in the future that I feel like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna share this too. And that's what it's about, man. Like I see you have a little audience, I have my little audience. If we combine audiences and worlds and with other people that are doing the same thing on a similar mission, that's literally how we can like
build an
build
audience.
a movement, man.
Exactly, and that's the point of this whole thing, is to make an
Yep.
actual change that matters, and not to victimize children, not to victimize people, and everyone's got a voice, everyone's got an opinion, and
Yep. Real shit. Yeah, exactly. I agree, 100%.
yeah, and that's the main focus of this. Like I'm planning on getting some charity people on as well, and some people who are pro-Palestine, and I plan on getting multiple different diversity of people, if you get me, on to this podcast
Word.
to spread the message and motivate people, because a lot of people all agree with the same things, but we're in disagreement with each other if we identify with those metaphors.
Exactly. Like people don't realize we actually agree with each other more than we think. It's just people don't know that.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed your time on Primecast, and did you enjoy your hospitality here?
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate the invite. But yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, I think we'll just end it right there. It's about that time. I gotta go ahead and take care of a few things. We'll definitely keep in touch for sure and whatnot.
Do you have anything you want to share with the audience that you're doing with your channel at the moment, or any upcoming music?
Yeah, my name is Mooney Mercury, baby. You can find me on YouTube, or you can find my music on any streaming platform. Mooney Mercury, baby. Moony, then Mercury, then baby. And yeah, and the reason why that's my name is because of my natal chart or whatever. But yeah, I'm a spiritualist, musician, and if you like this conversation that me and Prime just had, then go ahead and keep up with me. And then I'm gonna also tell my audience to do the same for Prime when I share this video. If y'all already keep up with me and you watch me, go ahead and check out this cool ass spirit right here and what he's got going on.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And yeah, like and subscribe, guys, and stay tuned for more content. And like I say in every single stream, guys, stay prime. And yeah, that's all.
Hell yeah. Peace.